Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you're doing great. So I'm back again with another video. So I just want to talk about the 2024 Brazilian Grand Prix in Sao Paulo. So can't like dive in straight away. So you had Oscar Piastri on pole position for the sprint race with Lando Norris in second, and then you had was it Charles Leclerc in third position, and then Max Verstappen in fourth position. That's the grid for the sprint. And then in fifth position, you had Carlos Sainz. So, what happened in the sprint race was they all got off well, and then Max was stuck behind Leclerc for a while. Yeah, and then Lando couldn't overtake Piastri on the first initial few corners. So he settled down and he needed the extra point in it. He needed to win that race and to close up the gap between him and Max Verstappen. So Max ended up overtaking Charles Leclerc a few laps into the sprint race, and he got third position. And then he started closing up on Lando Norris. As he started closing up on Lando Norris, there was a yellow flag. There was gonna be a yellow flag, and then McLaren made a call for Oscar Piastri to switch positions with Lando Norris. So Lando Norris became in first position, and then Piastri was second, and then you had Max third. And to be honest, that's how the order of the sprint race finished. So the top three, you had Lando Norris, and then you had Max Verstappen, and then you had Oscar Piastri, both in McLaren. Lando Norris, Oscar Piastri, and then you had Max Verstappen in third position. So Lando took 2 points out of Max's World Championship lead. So it looked like he's getting closer, and then qualifying for the race on Sunday would have been in the afternoon times, but it was postponed to the next day, basically. So qualifying for the Brazilian Grand Prix was postponed because due to heavy rain showers. So they had qualifying in the morning, and then they had race day in the afternoon. Basically, it was supposed to be like a bit further, 2 hours after, but they brought it forward. They changed the times. So yeah, talking about the grid for the 2024 Brazilian Grand Prix. Surprisingly, to me anyway, Lando Norris, he put it on pole position, and then you had George Russell in second, Yuki Tsunoda in third, and then Esteban Ocon in fourth. And looking at Max Verstappen's position, he finished 12th, yeah. So but he had a 5 second grid penalty. No, so he had a 5 place grid penalty. So the grid penalty put him into 17th. So Max really and truly had a really real problem because he's starting the race from 17th, and then your championship rival is starting the race in first position. So on the formation lap, you had Lance Stroll in Aston Martin. He crashed here. Once he crashed, the race was delayed. So the race being delayed, there was a small infringement. Lando and a few other drivers, they drove off before they were given permission to drive off, but that was later sorted. So yeah, let's go to the start of the Brazilian Grand Prix. You had George Russell. He overtook Lando Norris in turn one, and I really thought if Lando took the lead, he could have drove away because the McLaren did have some good pace, even in the rain. It did have some good pace, and he could have drove away and made a buffer zone for himself. But George Russell, he was stuck behind George Russell for a long, long, long while, and then on the first lap as well, Max made about 6 places into 10th, and then he was just picking apart the drivers step by step. He came up behind Oscar Piastri, he overtook Oscar Piastri, and then one thing I remember is he came up behind Charles Leclerc, and then he was stuck behind Charles Leclerc for a few laps because Charles Leclerc is a very good driver, and the Ferrari has a lot of pace. So there was a few crashes. Kevin Magnussen, he had a little spin, and he was helped by the marshals, but he got disqualified because of that. You're not allowed to get help to push your car to restart the race. And then Fabio Colapinto in a Williams, he had a massive crash which caused a red flag, which was on the main straight. So this causing a red flag, the drivers who had not pitted, because Russell and Lando came in just before the red flag, to change the tires, and the drivers who had not pitted, they got free tire change. I think it was Esteban Ocon and Max Verstappen, and then maybe a couple of drivers. So Lando didn't like Max getting a free tire change, but I think it's a good rule. A red flag, you should be allowed to change your tires because it's a race restart. So on the restart, Max overtook Esteban Ocon, and then he won the race. But he started from 17th positions, so he made up 16 positions during the whole race. And obviously, he was helped by the red flag and the tire change. But he has some strong pace. I'll admit he has some good pace, and but the conditions were very, very treacherous. Visibility was really, really poor, so it was a good, good, good race for Max, and then he proved himself again as a world championship driver. So yeah, Max proved himself as a world championship driver, by staying patient, making some good overtakes, and using strategy, to win the race. So I just want to say to everyone, thank you for supporting the channel. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and share. And on to the next one. I'll be back again.